Hey, good morning, everybody. Hopefully the wind noise is not too bad. I'm going to try to position myself maybe so the wind doesn't blow too much, if that's even possible. It's 28 degrees outside. We are outside of Bryce Canyon. It is early April. And first off, where are we at? We are outside of Pangatuch, which is near Cedar City, Utah. About an hour from Cedar City, Utah, about an hour from Bryce Canyon. Once again, if we're going to Bryce, why are we an hour away? We value our phone service a lot because we work full time. We do have the Starlink. It is back here somewhere. There it is, like right here, the Starlink. We do have Starlink, obviously, and you can do phone service and everything over the Starlink. But when you work full time, you want to be super professional and you want to have multiple internets and you want to just have everything work. So that's what we did. There is a little bit of road noise occasionally. There's a semi going by right now. You can see it right here. At this campground, we are at the Bear Valley Campground. Normally it is not anywhere near that loud, but I've of course you turn the video on, then all of a sudden it gets kind of noisy. If you're on, I guess, the side of the campground, you're going to hear that noise a little bit more than if you're like way super over here. So like I said, it's 28 degrees outside. There was snow on the ground. I'll put some pictures up of the snow that was on the ground. We are actually happy that we're near the road, and the reason for that, this is going to sound super dumb, is because there's snow on the ground occasionally, and we're really close to the exit. So if we did have to leave for some reason while it was snowing here, and it is supposed to snow today, at least it's a real kind of short drive, and we don't have to worry about not being able to get out of here. But if I was here, like it was in the middle of summer, I probably would recommend seeing if you can kind of be a little bit farther from the road. The sites here, if you were just kind of wondering, it's a big kind of gravel lot, obviously. They're enormous. I'll kind of do this. They all look like this. They're all pull-throughs with a fire pit and a picnic table. The sites themselves are amazingly large, super easy. This is a beginner campground, super easy to get into. You can see here, anybody can pull into this. There's enough room for almost, like, if you just move the picnic table a little bit, you can almost squeeze another camper in over here. And if I walk a little bit farther over, you can see, other than that little rock there, we're not even all the way on the edge of this campground. The campground is attached onto a gas station. The gas station is like the camp store. They have propane. They have little cabins here. They have some food in there, believe it or not, some locally grown food. So anyway, why are we here? We're here to go to Bryce Canyon. And why do we pick to be an hour away? Once again, phone service. We very much value being able to work during the day because we full time, and then spend our afternoons or weekends enjoying where we're at. With that said, to tell you a little bit about Bryce Canyon, if you don't know anything about it at all, Bryce Canyon to me reminds me of the Grand Canyon. You drive over there, it feels like a tourist trap, like right outside of Bryce Canyon. And then when you go to the park, for the most part, you're standing at a railing, like kind of looking over at something that's like really cool looking, like that, which is basically the Grand Canyon. It's also like that at Zion. There are, in my mind, at least two things that are really cool to go look at. The one thing is you want to go to Inspiration Point, or one of the other points similar to Inspiration Point that overlooks the main part of Zion, and they have all these different points that all kind of overlook the same exact geographic feature. We picked Inspiration Point because that's the main one that I think they put on most of the postcards. It's the second one. It was very busy, but it wasn't as busy as the first one, because the first one, everybody just seemed like they wanted to turn into the first one, and then everybody discovered that all the different points are mostly just viewings of the same exact thing. So maybe some people skipped the second one and third one, I don't know. The Natural Bridge is the other thing that's really cool there. There's this like arch looking thing that's pretty far in the park. We went there, like I said, it's early April, it's before prime time. We were able to drive in the park, we were able to go to all these different things driving around, but it was a circus. The visitor center was like totally ridiculous. They had buses set up in parking lots, kind of like what we saw at Zion, but the buses weren't running because it was too early in the year. I'm assuming if you come later on in the year, you're going to be stuck with staying in the tourist trap area and then taking the bus in, and then maybe busing to each one of these sites. I'm not really 100% sure because of when we went there. But we very much are enjoying our time here in Bryce, even though it's a little bit cold. It's 28 degrees out here today. And the one kind of negative thing that we did notice on this campground, which they can't control, is the wind. It has been quite windy, and yesterday it actually got so windy that you can't really see it. Maybe you can see it if you look carefully. You can see the slide there. The slide topper's kind of like doing this a little bit. It got so windy it was actually pulling the slide topper all the way out, and then the whole entire slide was actually moving. Like literally, like you could get a tape measure out and watch the top of the slide move like 1.5 inches, 2 inches, like. So we put the slide in for a couple hours because it was so windy, and then put it back out like once the wind died down. This is the first time in like 3 years we've experienced that much wind, and hopefully it's not too windy on the mic. I guess we're going to find out. But that's the main thing I wanted to share with you here where we're at. They do seem like they pride themselves with this campground. It's very, very clean. There's not really any trash on the ground. And the other thing that's really, really nice is they go around with this tractor thing. I'll like maybe throw a little footage up where they actually level the gravel out. So they seem like they very, very much want this campground to be very level, which like that I really appreciate that, because there's a lot of campgrounds that you go to where they don't maintain the campground, and there's like potholes or like mud, or you see trash on the ground. It's not like that here. It's very, I mean, we're the only ones camping here, first off. Maybe it gets worse in high time, but while we are here, it seems very, very, very clean. If we just look around the campground at the other campers that are here, that one has their slides in. Nobody's been there. They're obviously in storage. That one I haven't seen anybody go to. That one I'm assuming maybe somebody that like works here maybe is there. There's been maybe in the last week 3 other campers here, and usually just like overnights. They just pop in and they disappear like the next morning. But right now we have the entire campground to ourselves, minus maybe the people that work here. Kind of interesting feeling. But hopefully this video has some value for somebody. Pangatush. Pangatush is a local little city near here, if you're wondering about it. There's not really a lot in Pangatush. There's an Ace Hardware that's down there that I saw. There's a little tiny itty bitty grocery store, and so would be within like 10-minute drive. So that's good that you can go get groceries. It's good that there's Ace Hardware, which will give you most of the stuff you want, and then there's like the local gas station. So yeah, you can totally sustain yourself here easily, because there's like full hookups and everything like that. And then Cedar City is about an hour from here. And then Cedar City would be the nearest large-scale city that has like a Walgreens and a Walmart, and they don't have a Best Buy, I don't think. They might have one. I don't remember seeing one. So it's nowhere near. It didn't feel anywhere near as big as like St. John. It did when we stayed at Zion. But yeah, that would be the place that you would want to go if you want to get like like a pharmacy-filled prescription or whatever, or if you really, really needed something that was kind of strange, that would be where you would go. So anyway, hopefully you enjoy this. Hopefully this helps out, and then I guess we will see you guys in Moab.